Level 1. El Halcón. You are a Halcón, a falcon. The lowest rank in the cartel, the eyes and ears on the street. Your job is to watch. You stand on street corners, sit in parked cars, loiter outside police stations and army checkpoints. You have a cheap burner phone with one number saved in it. A number you call if you see anything moving. Federals, soldiers, rival cartel vehicles, anything with a siren or a uniform or a logo you don't recognize. You are paid 3,000 pesos a week, roughly $175, which is more than you've ever earned and still almost nothing. You are a teenager with a phone and a job that could get you killed before you turn 16. You learn the geography of the city like a language. The safe routes, the dangerous corners, the houses where the police never go, the houses where the police own. You learn to read vehicles the way a tracker reads footprints. The black Suburbans of the municipal police, the green Humvees of the army, the unmarked sedans of the intelligence services. You learn to stand perfectly still for hours, to blend into the background, to be invisible. You are not a soldier. You are a sensor, a nerve ending, and the cartel is a body that needs to feel everything. The escalation happens without your consent. One night, Eladio picks you up and hands you a pistol, a .38 special, the bluing worn off, the grip wrapped in electrical tape. "We need you to do more than watch," he says. "There's a guy. He's been selling meth on our territory. He buys from the Zetas. You're going to send a message. The guy is a teenager like you, maybe 17, a kid you've seen around the neighborhood, a kid who probably has a mother and a sister and a story that mirrors your own. You don't want to do it. You do it anyway. The gun kicks in your hand. The sound is louder than you imagined. The body falls. You don't sleep for a week. Eladio pats you on the back. Now you're really one of us. You have crossed a line, and the line is gone, and you are on the other side, and there is no crossing back." Level 2. El Sicario. You are 18 now, and you have killed 4 people. The first one still visits you in your sleep. The others are a blur of muzzle flashes and falling bodies, and the metallic taste of adrenaline in the back of your throat. You've been promoted to Sicario, a full-time enforcer for the cartel. Your salary is 15,000 pesos a week, plus bonuses for specific jobs. A rival dealer, a police commander who needs to disappear, a journalist who wrote something she shouldn't have. You don't ask for details. You're given a name, a photograph, an address. You do the rest. Your weapon of choice is now an AR-15, a civilian variant of the M16, purchased legally in Arizona and smuggled across the border in pieces. It's clean, modern, deadly. You carry it everywhere. To the safe house, to the bar, to the bathroom. You clean it obsessively. The ritual of disassembly and oiling and reassembly, a form of meditation. The gun is the only thing in your life that never lies to you, never betrays you, never demands more than you can give. The Sicario's life is short and brutal. The average life expectancy of a cartel hitman is 3 to 4 years. You've watched friends die, gunned down by rivals, arrested and disappeared into the black holes of the Mexican prison system, betrayed by informants who were themselves betrayed. You attend their funerals, standing in the back, your face hidden, your gun hidden, your grief hidden beneath layers of machismo and fatalism. You've started drinking heavily. You've started using the product you're supposed to be protecting. A line of cocaine before a job, a few hits of meth to stay awake during the long nights of surveillance. The drugs help until they don't. Level 3. El Jefe de Plaza. You are 25 years old, which is ancient by Sicario standards. You've survived through a combination of skill, ruthlessness, and luck. Mostly luck, though you'd never admit it. Your survival has been rewarded. You are now a Jefe de Plaza, a plaza boss, responsible for all cartel operations in a mid-sized city of 300,000 people. You control the drug sales, the extortion rackets, the kidnapping rings, the oil theft pipelines. You have 40 men under your command, a fleet of armored vehicles, and a monthly revenue stream of $2 million. Your personal cut is 10% off the top before expenses. You make $200,000 a month. You have a house, a real house, a gated compound with marble floors and a swimming pool and a panic room hidden behind a false bookshelf. You have a wife, a beautiful woman named Valeria, who knows what you do and has made a fragile peace with it. You have a son, a toddler who shares your eyes, and you hold him sometimes and feel a terror so profound it threatens to swallow you whole. You are a murderer, a drug trafficker, a criminal, and a father, and these identities coexist in a state of constant, grinding tension. The work is no longer about pulling triggers. It's about management. You negotiate with suppliers in Colombia and Peru. You bribe police commanders and politicians and military officers, the bribes calibrated to the individual. $5,000 a month for a municipal police chief, $50,000 for a state attorney general, $200,000 for a general who can redirect army patrols away from your shipment routes. You keep ledgers, spreadsheets, accounts. You have an MBA's understanding of logistics and a warlord's understanding of violence, and you deploy both as needed. The cost is accumulating. You've lost count of the bodies. The faces blur together, a composite ghost that follows you through your days. You've started having panic attacks, sudden, incapacitating waves of terror that hit without warning. Your heart racing, your vision tunneling, your breath coming in short, useless gasps. You can't tell anyone. You're the boss. The boss doesn't have panic attacks. The boss doesn't have nightmares. The boss doesn't wake up at 3 a.m. with the image of a 17-year-old kid falling backward, a red flower blooming on his chest. But the boss does. The boss has all of these things, and the boss is alone. Level 4. Lugarteniente. You're 32. The cartel has reorganized. Your plaza was absorbed into a larger territory after the old boss, the man who recruited Eladio, who recruited you, was captured in a joint operation between the DEA and the Mexican Marines. His arrest left a power vacuum, and you were one of 3 plaza bosses who competed to fill it. The competition was brief and bloody. One rival was killed in a firefight at his own compound. The other was delivered to the authorities by an anonymous tip that everyone knows came from you. You are now the Lugarteniente, the lieutenant, the second in command of the entire organization. You manage a territory that spans 2 states, a population of 4 million people, and a criminal economy that generates $50 million a month. You have 500 men under arms, including former special forces, soldiers from the Mexican military who defected for the money. You have a fleet of aircraft, Cessnas, a Learjet, 2 helicopters for moving product and personnel. You have a narco submarine, a semi-submersible vessel built in the jungle that can carry 10 tons of cocaine and slip beneath the radar of the Coast Guard. You have an intelligence network that rivals the government's because half your informants are in the government. The paranoia is absolute. You trust no one, not your subordinates, not your suppliers, not the politicians you bribe. You've seen too many people fall. You know that the higher you climb, the more valuable your head becomes, and your head is now worth $5 million to the DEA and $10 million to the rival cartel that wants your territory. You move constantly, never sleeping in the same place twice, your location known only to a handful of bodyguards who have been with you for years and who you still watch with suspicion. You've stopped seeing Valeria and your son. They live in a house in Guadalajara, in a gated community with private security, and you visit them twice a year, always at night, always with a convoy of armored vehicles. Your son is 7 now. He doesn't recognize you without the photograph his mother shows him. Level 5. El Señor. You are 41. The old leader, the capo, the man whose name was a legend, the man who built this empire from nothing, died of a heart attack in his prison cell, awaiting extradition to the United States. His death triggered a succession crisis that you navigated with the cold precision of a chess master. When the dust settled, you were the last one standing. You are now El Señor, the Lord, the absolute ruler of a criminal empire that spans 3 countries and generates $400 million a year. You live in a compound in the mountains, a fortress carved into the rock, accessible only by a single road that is guarded by 3 checkpoints and a platoon of men with anti-aircraft weapons. The compound has a chapel, a helipad, a private zoo with a tiger and 2 jaguars, and a bunker stocked with enough supplies to withstand a siege. You have not left this compound in 3 years. You cannot leave. The moment you step into the open, the drones will find you, the Marines will come, the extradition will begin. You are the most powerful criminal in the hemisphere, and you are a prisoner. Your life is a paradox of excess and deprivation. You can have anything you want: money, women, drugs, art, exotic animals, delivered to your door. You cannot have freedom. You cannot walk down a street, eat in a restaurant, feel the sun on your face without the constant awareness that a sniper's crosshair might be settling on your skull. Your paranoia has become a form of psychosis. You see threats everywhere, especially, in the faces of the people closest to you. You've had 3 of your lieutenants executed in the last year. Men who served you loyally for a decade, because intelligence reports, which you now commission from multiple sources to cross-reference, suggested they were planning to betray you. Were they actually planning it? You'll never know. You can't afford to find out. Level 6. El Fantasma. Your empire collapses. It always does. A betrayal from within. A lieutenant who cut a deal with the DEA, a shipment intercepted. A trail of evidence that leads directly to your mountain fortress. The Marines come in the middle of the night. 100 men in black. Their night vision goggles glowing like the eyes of insects. Their helicopters thundering overhead. You are extracted from your bunker by a tunnel system you built for exactly this purpose. But the tunnel ends in a farmhouse that is already surrounded. The capture is anticlimactic. A door kicked in, a dozen rifles leveled at your chest, a voice in perfect Spanish telling you to get on the ground. You get on the ground. Prison is a maximum security facility in the United States, a concrete tomb in the Colorado desert where the sun bleaches everything white and the air smells of disinfectant and despair. You are allowed 1 hour of rec time a day in a cage the size of a parking space. You have no contact with other inmates. You are too high profile, too dangerous, too valuable as an intelligence asset. You spend your days reading legal briefs, history books, a Spanish translation of Dostoevsky that you find unexpectedly moving, and waiting for a trial that will never come. Because the prosecution's case is built on the testimony of men who are dead, or disappeared, or too afraid to testify. You are in legal limbo, a ghost in the system, a man who exists only in the paperwork of an extradition that nobody wants to resolve. Your family is gone. Valeria divorced you, changed her name, moved to Spain with your son, who is now a teenager. You receive letters from him, sometimes stilted and awkward, the handwriting that of a boy who doesn't know his father and isn't sure he wants to. You write back long letters full of advice and regret, and there's desperate, futile hope that he will understand you were not always a monster. The letters go unanswered. You sit in your cell. You stare at the wall. You are 55 years old and you have nothing.